Who are astro toilets, and why do they fight with agents? We have been asking these questions for a long time, because astro toilets are very different from other toilets. They have cutting-edge technology and weapons. They move at hypersonic speeds and are not at all like ordinary skibidi toilets. These are quite popular and difficult questions. That's why today's video is going to be epic and informative. First, let me tell you about the hierarchy of skibidi toilets. We have several levels in our pyramid. The first and the lowest are ordinary skibidi toilets, cannon fodder. They are created exclusively to combat agents. Just above them are engineers and scientists skibidi. Do not confuse with the main scientists skibidi. Engineers and scientists skibidi are developing new technologies for the solution of skibidi problems. On the third level, G-Man. And he is none other than the messenger of astro toilets. Yes, you heard right. G-Man is, in a way, a real astro skibidi toilet, only much less powerful. But why did I decide that? The very first episodes of the skibidi series come to the rescue. We were shown that some skibidi toilets can float. Keywords. Some, not all, skibidi toilets can fly, and this can be easily understood by watching all the subsequent episodes. We see that the toilets are attached to various propellers and jetpacks. And without such bells and whistles, no one can fly. Unfortunately or fortunately, most of these toilets were destroyed, but how could they float? And the fact is that all flying toilets, including G-Man, are lower astro toilets and were most likely sent to Earth for the purpose of conquest. But more on that at the end of the video. But why is G-Man also an astro toilet? Maybe someone hasn't noticed, but we already saw G-Man fly in the 20th episode. But this begs the question, why can't the rest of the skibidi toilets fly? The answer is simple. Because they were not created by astro toilets, but by flying toilets, like G-Man skibidi toilets. To make it easier for them to resist, they don't fight all the agents themselves, so it's easier for them to recruit new minions to do all the dirty work. So now we know that G-Man is the only surviving lower astro toilet, and that he was put in charge, the head of the operation to take over the country after the others died. Above G-Man, Scientist Skibidi occupies the fourth rung of the pyramid. But he has only been on it recently. His promotion was influenced by the situation in the 57th episode, when G-Man not only lost in the battle with Cameraman Titan, but also lost an ally of the infected Speakerman Titan. It can also be assumed that after the defeat, G-Man flew directly to the base of the Scientist Skibidi. Scientist Skibidi predicted that the astro toilets, tired of suffering constant losses, would soon overthrow G-Man and put someone else in his place. So he decided to outsmart everyone. He offered G-Man a way to survive in exchange for power. G-Man agreed, of course, and the scientist created a fake version of him and sent Jin himself to hide from the astro toilets and improve himself. When the astro toilets arrived, a surprise awaited them in the form of the revolution. The scientist took on the role of G-Man and sent the astro toilets as if to say, "Get out of here and report to your boss that we can do this without you." These two astro toilets, by the way, occupy the fifth level of the pyramid and are the caretakers and reporters of information about the situation in the war. These toilets inform about all the events of the war. Astro Colonel, higher skibidi toilet. He occupies the sixth step of the pyramid, and yes, this is exactly the toilet from the first part of the 70th series. His task is to control the course of the war, trying to win. He usually sits at the base and gives orders. But apparently, after scientists' loud comment, Colonel decided to personally take over the operation, and now his main task is to completely destroy the Earth. And now let me tell you a little about Skibidi Colonel's weapons. In the first part of the 70th episode, when Colonel first appeared, TV Man Titan tried to kill him with his sword, but Astro Colonel dodged the blow and snatched the sword from TV Man Titan, then spun the weapon a bit and threw it back. Why didn't Astro Colonel decide to keep the sword for himself? I have an interesting idea. When TV Man Titan shoots at him, Astro Colonel catches a charge of energy with his claw, spins it a bit and shoots back at the Titan. Note that Astro Colonel catches two charges and shoots one at the Titan. Could this mean that he took the energy from the shells and then simply created the same charge from the same energy, only one and more powerful? What if it was the spinning of the claws that was absorbing the energy or, on the contrary, throwing it out? Most likely this is correct. And here's the answer to why the astro toilet didn't take TV Man Titan's blade. If you look closely at the moment when he threw the blade at TV Man Titan, you can see that the energy sparks from the sword stayed on the claws for a while. He simply stole the abilities of TV Man Titan's sword, and since there is an ability, the sword itself is no longer needed. It is this ability that makes him one of the strongest characters at the moment. Astro Colonel can now easily pick up and copy almost any agent ability, from the cameraman's paralyzing guns to the laser from TV Man Titan's core. But of course, there is always a bigger fish. Let's say that the highest Astro toilets, who occupy the last 7th level of our hierarchical pyramid, most likely control not only Earth, but the entire universe. The highest Astro Skibidi sit on the main Astro base and control all the battle points at once through the kernels. Well, we're done with the hierarchical pyramid, and now you have a better understanding of what happens in the series. It's time to answer the most important question of this video. Why do the Astro toilets want to destroy the Earth, and what will happen if they succeed? Let's start with why I decided that the Astro toilets want to destroy the Earth. Because from the very beginning of the series, we see the Skibidi toilets trying to take over the Earth, and at first they even succeed, until the Cameraman's Alliance arrives. Why Astro toilets didn't come from the beginning and quickly take over the Earth? There are several possibilities. Maybe Astro toilets really didn't want to get their hands dirty and just wanted to put all the dirty work of destroying the whole world on the lowest toilets. The second option is that this whole war is actually an experiment by Astro toilets to test out a new type of Astro toilet, namely G-Man-like ones. The third theory, which I like the best, is that the whole war was actually an attempt to destroy one man, Defuk. Because as we know, he has unbelievable abilities and he knows more than anyone else. And just to destroy all the Skibidi toilets, the secret agent helps the Alliance. Now 70 episodes have passed, the war has been going on for several decades. And the Astro toilets take emergency measures, they decide to blow up the whole Earth along with all the agents, Skibidi toilets. The main thing is with Defuk. I think in future episodes it will be something like that. If the Astro Skibidi manage to destroy the Earth, agents will fly into space and there on other planets will fight against Astro Skibidi. Okay, this is already from the fantasy genre and this is unlikely to ever happen in the series. We'll have to wait for the end of the series, but I hope it won't be too soon. Well, to always be the first to see such videos, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel with the bell so you never miss a single new video. Well, I say see you all and bye to everyone.